Hello, and thank you for listening to WRYAT, New Orleans' fifth-ranked public radio station. As always, we're broadcasting live from a prefabricated Home Depot shed located off of South Carrollton by the Popeyes.
Hey everybody, I'm here with a music calendar. That's right, it's the weekend, and I'm so excited. I hope you are too, because I got a wonderful list review for you to check out with your eyeballs. Hypho Mouse Riot, Ticket Tax, O-Face, Back Alley Fisticuffs, 5 p.m. Ears and Beers, Terry is a Rock, Red Meat Run, Biggest Squip, in the mighty Mississippi. 7 p.m. Sex Hex Lodge. That sounds fun. Full Metal Balcony. Frat Boy Falls. Po Boy George. 8 p.m. Barlow's Low Bars. Thomas Petty's Dixie's Banana Grammar. Secondhand Strapnel. Cupid is Stupid. An Old Trio. 9 p.m. Playing at the Dirt Pigeon. I think that's off of the St. Cloud's. Deborah Missy. Okay, Alexa, stop Google dead-ass music to my peers. And Two Cranes, I think he's a rapper. 10 p.m. at Teehee's Ha-Ha Hallway. Oh, that's fun. Normally they just do real impromptu improv shows. Good for them, getting on that music calendar. Well, you know what that means? It means I gotta go back and flip the biscuits.
New Orleans Eats is brought to you today by The Gravy Outlet. Go see T-Bob today for his Light Brown Friday specials. From our studios in the prefabricated Home Depot shed at WRYAT, this is New Orleans Eats, and I'm your host, Penny Tucker. Today we'll be speaking to the always controversial but seriously talented Chef Cherly Biggs. Cheryl, always so nice to see you.
Thanks again for having me back, Penny, and happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, thank you, Cheryl. I know it's kind of your busy season, so I'm really glad you had a chance to stop by and sit down with us today and kind of clear up some of the confusion.
It would be my pleasure.
Okay, great. So I kind of want to start with that new addition to your Réveillon holiday menu this year, that sandwich au poulet frite, correct?
Oh, yes, Penny. It's a premium chicken breast coated in buttermilk and fried to perfection, served on the finest brioche bun with your choice of aioli, either plain or seasoned, and a premium pickle.
Well, it sounds yummy, but I can kind of see where the confusion comes in. I mean, take a look at this, Cheryl. I mean, it looks exactly like the new Popeyes chicken sandwich.
And?
Well, so you're saying it is a Popeyes chicken sandwich?
I mean, yes. Come on, Penny. The clientele that comes into my restaurant doesn't have the time to wait in an hour-long drive-through line at some fast food restaurant. They're refined eaters, high-class foodies. They want to taste a sandwich just as much as Joe Schmo construction worker does, but they don't want the hassle. I mean, have you heard about the fights? People are literally dying over this sandwich.
That's true.
Some of them are just being safe and smart.
So how does it work, Cheryl? I mean, they come in. How do they do this?
So when we get the order, we have Tommy, our runner and busboy, drive his 98 Honda Civic down to the Popeyes on Claiborne. He meets with George, the assistant general manager, gets the sandwich to go, and rushes it back to the restaurant where we plate it and add a garnish of seasonal greens.
Okay. Well, I have to say, Cheryl, I mean, this seems kind of bougie. I mean, what's the price point on something like this?
You know, we charge $35 plus some gas money for Tommy.
Wait, $35?
You know, Penny, we have plenty of variety in our menu. For instance, have you tried our frozen hot chocolate a la Wendy? It's only $15.
Oh, come on.
I didn't come here for this. Come on, Tommy, start the car. We're leaving.
Well, I guess that'll do it for this week's edition of New Orleans Eats. Delicious sounds for New Orleans foodies. Bon appetit.
Hello, New Orleans. The holiday season has returned to our area once again, and nothing goes better with a festive dinner than a ladle of your full of your favorite gravy. Hi, I'm T-Bob, owner and cashier of the Gravy Outlet in Metairie, home of the try it before you buy it Gravy Yacht, where you can try one of our 10,000 varieties of gourmet gravies, such as creamy gravy, white gravy, sausage gravy, white sausage gravy, brown sausage gravy, red sausage gravy, turkey gravy, bacon gravy, roast beef gravy with the brie, turkey gravy, giblet gravy, mushroom gravy, onion gravy, butter gravy, country gravy, squirrel gravy, rabbit gravy, alligator gravy, horseradish gravy, shrimp gravy, gravy on a half shell, and everyone's favorite dog-eating gravy, and many, many more premium gravies. We also carry an extensive line of jus, roux, and bouillon cubes, as well as gravy accessories, such as gravy boats and the ever-popular gravy ladles. So come give old T-Bob a visit to receive the gravy bath of your dreams. That's the Gravy Outlet, right off Causeway. Stay smothered.
Hey, boat heads, this is Donnie D'Amico,
This is Ronnie D'Amico.
and we're here to tell you that we can answer your burning boat questions.
Yeah, so if you have a question that's in your brain bucket and you want to tell us, guess what? We have a phone number.
That's right, the Boat Talk Hotline is live, and that phone number is 504-233-9337.
What's that again, Donnie?
Well, Ronnie, that's 504-233-9337. That is the Boat Talk Hotline. You just call and leave your name and a boat question.
Hey, pal, hold on. I'm writing it down. One more time.
That's 504-233-9337. You got it yet? I mean, it isn't.
You said 338 or 337?
7. It's the one before 8. It's an easy way to remember the numbers that it kind of rhymes with boat talk.
And now for some news. The Louisiana state government released its school performance scores this week, and nearly half of all New Orleans public schools got a grade of D or F. According to Governor Edwards, New Orleans is now grounded. For the next 2 months, all bars will close at midnight and they will only serve Rumpelmans. In addition, all brass bands will only be allowed to play John Philip Sousa, all hot sauce bottles will be confiscated, and jaywalking laws will actually be enforced. Edwards says if the grades don't come up by February, Mardi Gras will be limited to Family Gras and Rex. Upon hearing about the punishment, New Orleans Mayor LaToya Cantrell called Edwards and told him, "You suck. You're not even our real dad." Mayor Cantrell also got into a spat with the Slidell police chief over the weekend after he batted back concerns of rising St. Tammany Parish crime rates by issuing a statement saying New Orleans was far worse. Cantrell tweeted her objections to this declaration, at which point a series of Yo Mama snaps took place. Said Cantrell, "Slidell is so fat, they should call it Thidell." The Slidell police chief responded, "Orleans Parish has so much crime, it's like Grand Theft Auto if no one knew how to drive." Cantrell then said, "I don't want to say Slidell is full of rednecks because that assumes they have necks." The police chief retorted, "Orleans Parish is so smelly, its nickname should be the city that care forgot to bathe." The snaps were still going on as of press time. When asked for comment, Covington representatives avoided eye contact. On Friday, the women's rights group Lift Up set up a truck on Tulane's campus and protested that tampons are subject to Louisiana state taxes. Though the protest did not produce any results, the group plans to revisit the issue at least once every month, and they won't stop until they get an exemption bill with no strings attached. New Orleans City Park announced that this year it's debuting mule rides at Christmas in the Oaks. This will, of course, be in reference to the timeless tale of Santa and his mules, who one snowy Christmas Eve helped deliver 13.8 metric tons of cocaine with the aid of a red-nosed Pablo Escobar. The rides will be $20 a ticket. This news is brought to you by our sponsor, Project NOLA Crime Cameras. Do they actually record anything? We're not telling.
Welcome to ASMR Snack Chip Reviews with Anthony Scontrino. Now, here's your host and munch-master general, Anthony Scontrino.
Hello, everyone. I'm back. It's been quite a while since we've spoken. Well, since I've spoken to you. I am not yet comfortable with a two-way conversation. At this point, I will not be giving out any of my personal information onto the business of today. These chips were very intriguing to me when I saw them in the store the other day. A very unique variety. Something I've never... Oh, the bag is already making itself known. You can hear the crinkles. A lot of air in these bags. Now these are thin and crispy, wild brand chicken chips. They are fried chips made from premium cuts of chicken and tapioca flour. I don't know what that even means, but I'm excited to give this a try. Now, the picture on the bag shows very tiny chips, yet it still says enlarged to show texture and serving suggestions. And it shows it next to a big bowl of salt and a tiny ramekin of vinegar, which seems to be the flavor and not a serving suggestion. By the way, for today's episode, I would like to preface this by saying that I am on the street drug known as speed, also known as some places as zip, zoom zoom, or Sonic's little helper. Let's see if that affects my review. I'm sorry. It just happens to be the state that I am in right now. Let's give this bag an open. Ooh. Okay, there are actually instructions. There's a little arrow that points to a notch at the top of the bag that says "Get Wild" with an E at the end of it. Wild with an E at the end of it being the brand name of this particular chips. We have two bags, by the way, and if I failed to mention, which I didn't, but just to reiterate, these chips are sea salt and vinegar flavored. That's where we're starting. Probably a strong flavor to start with. Maybe a mistake. Let's do it anyway. And it just kept going. But that was the instructions I was given. So I listened to the bag, and what do you know? They're actually the same size or bigger than they were on the front of the package. Let me give them a smell. Not good. It smells like salt and vinegar, but with just a sort of stale cracker. I'm not excited anymore. Let me try this. That was unsatisfying. I have to try one more, though. I can barely swallow it. It's very dry. Chips are supposed to be dry, but this somehow seems drier. These taste like if you hardened just chicken grease and kind of crumbled a couple of poorly seasoned salt and vinegar chips onto them. It is unpleasant, and I can't swallow. Pieces are stuck between my teeth and lips. Now I want to get this over with quicker than before, but we have one bag left. I don't know if I did this before, but I will cleanse my palate with some water. The next flavor is chicken and waffles, which proposes that the chicken flavor will be a flavor on top of the chicken flavor that the chips are made out of. I don't like it. This is not going well. I should have stayed gone. Okay, the syrup smell is actually pleasant. It's very strong, but more promising than the others. A taste. It's bad. This tastes like the cereal French toast crunch. If you put it in a dehydrator with some chicken skins, mushed it all up together, and dehydrated it for 5 months. Try one more. I'm sorry. I wish I had something to recommend you today. I wish, Wild Brand, that I didn't have to be so cruel. But you've brought this upon yourself. I would not recommend these chips to anyone. Farewell. Till next time.
The holidays are quickly approaching, and that means turkeys, presents, and surviving the politically charged dinners with families. Far too often, we charge headfirst into these dinners, ready to pick fights with our uncles over recent elections, or ready to cause a scene with our mothers about global warming. But Dinner Lab is here to change all that. Hi, my name is David Chesterfield Hildalgo, and I'm here to talk to you about how to survive the politically charged dinner with your family. We've all been there. The gravy boat is filled to the brim, rolls have been buttered, and everyone has finished that iceberg lettuce salad. That's when your Uncle Ron pours another glass of wine for your mom. You know the signs. Her cheeks are getting flushed, and she has not eaten all day. You are now entering the first phase, The Pull family meet cute is love at first sight. Your mom is sitting across the table, smiling ear to ear that her prodigal son has come home to spend the holidays with her, so she pulled out all the stops. She made sure your favorite dessert is ready, and she's ready to ask you about your life. You are also excited to be home. There is no way you are missing Grandpa's war stories or seeing your nieces and nephews. There's a mutual attraction in the air as questions about each other's life is brought up. You just can't explain why you like these jerks. Each and every one of their stupid, stupid faces. These jerks are family and you love them all. What's more, they love you. They are complimenting on you and how much you look like you're getting your life back together after that terrible breakup a year ago. Aunt Karen says to watch the rolls. You don't want to undo all that work in the gym, she says. Uncle Al says that you should get another salad because these ugly frog people are the best. And the smiles on their dumb faces are just heartwarming. This is when the appetizers come out. Individually rolled pepperonis and cheese on a toothpick, garlic and thyme potatoes. The chorus of flavors is intoxicating. Just like the third glass of wine that Uncle Ron pours for everyone. The sweet, off yellow liquid loosens everyone up. Aunt Karen wants to know all about this new woman you're seeing. She heard that she's an artist. She knew an artist once and didn't think there was any money in the business anymore with the internet and whatnot. You calmly move to the next phase of the family meet cute, the nervous neutral. The air grows thicker as you nonchalantly say that you are seeing someone, and it is very early in the relationship. However, Casey's actually doing quite well as an artist. The internet has helped her to sell her paintings internationally, and social media has allowed her to build a bigger following than she can ever imagine. But then, Uncle Ron's mouth opens to release the factoids that artists are just people putting off getting real jobs, and that is cute if she wants to paint ducks, but she should get a real job and contribute to society. His jaws are tense and his eyes keep darting down to his feet, even though you and Ron are diametrically opposites of one another. There is a pull in the air. Your response that there have been professional artists longer than professional mechanics cuts right through the wall of shyness he is putting up. Your extroverted nature is filling in the gaps of his personality that he didn't want to fill before, but now he realizes that he could never be the same without you. When does he look up, you ask yourself, because his goddamn stupid face with its stupid mouth and the siren song has begun. What's next? Soup? The melody of earthy flavors, rich spices. The smell has hit the table only mere seconds before the next phase has begun. The push family meet cute. This is the part of the meal where Grandma can tell there is something happening. She is driven to act. She unfurls her wings and takes flight and asks you about your ex. She asks why. Why did you put on so much weight since your breakup? And sips her fourth glass of wine and watches the garden that she has planted take bloom. You feel it, that hot rage boiling under your skin. The mutual repulsion between the two of you is so thick. This conflict builds an instant challenge to each of your independences that neither can ignore. This tension is like a rubber band. The more you exchange banter about stereotypes of the other's generation, the harder and faster you both will be pulled together, snapping back with a sting of love and affection. Lastly, as the main course is pulled out of the oven, your nostrils assaulted with the smell of herbs and turkey, we arrived at the push-pull family meet cute. Tensions with Grandma are high, as is your guard is being built way up. You have become a fortress of short answers and long sips of that fifth glass of wine. But alas, there's an angel at the table. in the form of the family dog. As much as you now want to leave, that dog comes to you and presses firmly against your crotch to say, I want food. Its nose may be searching for stuffing particles on your lap, but is working really hard to break down the barrier to your heart. Uncle Ron will shout for the dog to get out, but you know this is never going to happen. The dog, just like its heart, has wormed its way through you. With each piece of turkey you slip under the table, your once fortress exterior is broken down. And you are an empty field of calm. You have found your place at the table. So this holiday season, remember that turkey is just for 5 to 8 meals, but a family lasts a lifetime. This has been Dinner Lab, and I'm David Hildalgo.
Hello, and welcome to The Reading Love, the show for book lovers to express how they feel about the most wonderful thing in the world, books. I'm your host, Lance Peters, and as usual, today we're going to explore how the written word makes us all tingly in the body. And here to discuss that wonderful spasm of joy we get from each and every book, it's the New Orleans Private Library Director, Dr. Henry Labers. Hello, Dr. Henry.
Hello, Lance.
Thank you for being on the show.
It's my pleasure.
Now, since we're just two nerdy bookworms, let's get right into it, shall we? Is there anything better than a book?
I don't think so, Lance.
Not just for reading. I just love to feel them.
Oh, me too. The roughness of a paperback in my hands is exhilarating.
I see a row of books and I just want to touch them all.
I think I know what you mean. I wouldn't be surprised if I get banned from a bookstore one day.
Even beyond that, I love the way they smell, that musty, dusty, stale smell.
That smell is intoxicating. It's truly wonderful.
I love to touch them and smell them, and sometimes I could just spend whole afternoons sitting on them.
Yes, I think I understand. You mean like when your chair isn't tall enough?
No, just when you want to sit on them. Just when you've had a bad day, and you're feeling in the mood, and you just slowly drag yourself across them and let those dry, time-soaked, leather-bound covers scratch across your bare cheeks and make everything all right.
Your butt cheeks?
But tell me, Henry, what are some of your favorite books?
Well, you might call me a sentimental old sap, but I always thought Wuthering Heights encapsulated everything that was wonderful about the human condition in one taut, 298-page package.
Oh, I'm so glad you brought that book up. I've had to buy so many copies of it since I keep getting the pages stuck together. You know what I mean?
No, I'm afraid I don't, Lance.
It's hard for me because my favorite book changes with my mood, but I think my favorite is Last Tango in Paris.
Okay, I'm a bit confused. Isn't that a movie?
Well, the novelization, of course. The film is fine, but the book is so much more vivid. You almost feel like you're there during the butter scene, groaning along with Brando.
Okay.
I see your facial expression, and I can tell by the look on your face you probably don't think of novelizations as real books. You're a purist, aren't you?
No, that's actually not what I was thinking.
I suppose if you pressed me, I'd have to say my favorite non-adapted book was Naked Lunch.
Oh, the William Burroughs cut-up novel, right?
Oh, I don't know who wrote it, but my stars and garters, I couldn't put it down. There's the stripping of young men and violent orgies and a man who's eaten by his own anus, and it is just the very definition of art.
I see. Lance, do all of your, favorite books involve sex in some way?
Oh, by no means. No. What a ridiculous thing to say. I love all books of all kinds. I like classical literature like 100 Days of Sodom, which is about how Italy's government didn't outlaw any kind of love, and I think that's really relevant today. I read books about race relations like the novelization of White Emmanuel, Black Emmanuel. I like books about history like the one Camp Star wrote about Bill Clinton's impeachment of Monica Lewinsky's cigar. I like horror, or at least I like that one chapter in Stephen King's It where the kids just all love each other. As I talked about before, I like Naked Lunch, which I think is a cookbook.
It's not.
Currently, I'm even reading a book on grammar, and I think it's just fantastic.
A book on grammar, really? What's it called?
The Kama Sutra.
No.
It's got a lot of pictures of people conjugating.
Conjugating.
You can tell they just all really love each other, and it's really sweet.
And the name of your show, it's called The Reading Love.
Yes.
Is that because
I fuck books.
You fuck books. That's what I thought. I'm going to leave.
Okay, well, thank you for coming, Dr. Henry. It was great talking to you. And thank you for listening, fellow book lovers. Join me next time when we talk about all those sexy, sexy books out there just asking for a bookmark. Next week's guest is fan 50 Shades of Grey author E.L. James. We're going to discuss some BILFs, and it's going to get real freaky real fast. Talk to you next week, guys. And remember, if the bookshelves are rocking, don't come a knocking. Bye!
This is WRYAT New Orleans Guerrilla Radio. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.